Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Marcus Speaks.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Marcus Speaks Live, the very podcast that gives you a lot of trending topics. And 1 second. A lot of trending topics and a lot of other random stuff. You know what I'm saying? I do some random topics from time to time. So, I don't want to keep you guys any much longer. Let me get my sound right in my headphone that hold on. Oh, that's why. 1 second. All right. Now wants to cooperate. Anyway, so with tonight's show, we will be speaking about some things, but before we get there, I want to go over a few promotions and then we'll hop into the show. So, please, if you could, like this video, share this video, and subscribe if you are new here. And don't forget to keep the live chat going. I'll be conversating with you guys in the live chat, so make sure you utilize the live chat as well. There's a pinned comment there. I'll be getting to that a little bit later. But for right now, if you could, like this video, share this video to your social medias, and subscribe if you are new here. Every Friday and Saturday, I do a stream. Friday is a separate stream from today. Friday, I do a game stream, which right now I am still playing Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Next week, I believe, will be the last video. So from there, I will be getting into, I believe, Horizon Burning Shores, the DLC to Horizon Forbidden West. So I'll be getting into that. Today I do a show called Marcus Speaks Live, which is my podcast. So you can catch both of those shows at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please know your time zone because I'm not going to tell it to you. All right, so don't forget to check me out, subscribe, do what you got to do. All right. While you're subscribing to the channel, hit the link that's in the description box to my Rumble channel, to where when things get a little spicy over here, we can just head over to Rumble and keep things running and speak freely. That's what Rumble likes for their users to do. So, how about we utilize Rumble and let's do what we got to do? All right. So both links to the Marcus Speaks channel and the Marcus Speaks Rumble channel is in the description box below. So with that pinned comment, if you want to come up and speak to me, you can. There's a link along with there's a link in that's pinned in the live chat. It's also the first comment in the live chat. So if you want to come up here and come speak to me about any of the topics that I present tonight, you can. The way you do that, you hit the link. But once you hit that link, there are a few rules that I want to go over with you guys before we get started. So, rule number one is you must be on camera at all times. That means as soon as you hit that link and the prompt comes up to open up your microphone and your camera, I I would prefer you do so. Because you come back here with a blank screen, I will boot you out of the backstage. Just saying. Um, but that's for me to know who I'm speaking with, and if you come up here and stuff like that. But if you don't want to be on camera once to the public once you come up here, that's fine. You still have to be on camera when you come back here. But if you don't want to be on camera, that's cool. There's a question back here I would like you to answer, and make sure you leave your name along with your answer, so I can further accommodate you the way that you want to be accommodated. All right. Also, please silence all background noise. All right. Use headphones as well. Use headphones and go to a nice secluded spot in your house to where there's not a lot of noise, or you think that you won't hear a lot of noise in. Go there so you can come up here and speak to me. All right. And one last thing that I have for you guys is please like this video, subscribe if you are new here, hit that bell icon to all so you can get all of my notifications once I go live. All right. And if you could, please do me a solid. While you're here, share this video link to your social medias if you could, so I can get the word out about my stuff that I do over here. And it helps you guys as well, because you get people to come and watch me. Also, the scrolling ticker down at the bottom, that is for you. That has when I'm live, uh, my social medias, and some things that you can ask me or tell me about as far as like a topic or something. Follow what it says in the scrolling ticker, and I'll get to it when I can. So make sure you guys utilize all of this to your advantage. All right. So with tonight's show, if you ever watch, you know that I like playing videos when I do my show. When I do my show, I like to further my point with certain videos that I use here on my show. So with that being said, if you guys don't know what fair use is, it's not only a YouTube policy, it's also the law. And I like to follow both of them to a T. So if you guys don't know what fair use is, this is exactly what fair use is. Hello, everyone. I'm going to tell you about fair use. It's the law. Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyright motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 USC 107. All right, so that's fair use. You guys now know what fair use is. So let's get into the show. Let's do some, little banter. How about that? We do a little bit of banter, but with the banter, I have a story as well as a video. So, if you guys haven't been paying attention to what the hell's going on out in the world, y'all's boy Tekashi 69 has reared his ugly head to the public, but for help at this time. Tekashi 69 was at a LA Fitness in, I believe it was Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and he got his face beat in. I guess the patrons didn't want him at that LA Fitness, so they put a beating on him. As you see, his face was badly beaten. He got stomped out. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen this on social media, so I'm not going to play it here. But what I will play is the aftermath of sorts of what I didn't do that when I was here. So 1 second. It's not something. It's always. Yes. All right. So now that I got everything in order, so this is the aftermath. It's only 17 seconds, but you'll get the drift of what's going on. This is the aftermath of what happened to him, and I guess fans trying to make him feel better about what happened. So here it goes.
Yo, niggas, jump 6'9", bro. Yo, homie, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm a fan, bro. Yo, I'm a fan. I'm just saying, bro. I'm a fan, bro. I know, but y'all niggas chummy, nigga. I know. I ain't jumpy, bro. I'm just saying. That's crazy. That's crazy.
All right. So you guys can see that he got badly beat up. Well, I wouldn't say badly beat up because he was able to stand afterwards. But I guess they gave him a good idea of what they felt and how they feel, or what they feel, or what they think that he should do, and that's stay away from LA Fitness. So some people have been bringing up like why didn't he have security with him? Why is he at a LA Fitness? Because his money's low now. He ain't got any more money. He hasn't put out an album. Nobody will listen to his music anymore because he's a snitch. Or is he? But anyway, let's get into this short article. So a video has surfaced showing, a portion of the attack. You see one man continuously hitting Tekashi while the rapper does his best to defend his face. Tekashi 6ix9ine was savagely beaten by a group of men inside a South Florida gym with injuries so bad that controversial rapper was rushed to the hospital by ambulance. 6ix9ine's attorney, Lance Lazaro, tells TMZ the rapper was inside the sauna Tuesday at an LA Fitness when all of a sudden he was attacked by several guys without warning. Lazaro says 6ix9ine tried to fight off the combatants, but there were too many of them beating him to a pulp before fleeing. Well, I don't know what to say about that. But anyway, let's keep going. Lance notes that 6ix9ine did not have security with him at the time of the attack. The gym staff heard the commotion and immediately notified a manager. Police and EMS were then called to the scene and was transported to a hospital by ambulance. We've obtained a photo of Tekashi taken from the hospital where you can see the damages to his face with gashes and swelling. I don't have that picture, but I'm pretty sure you can look it up. We're told he also suffered injuries to his jaw, ribs, and back. The next step, Lazaro says, is he plans to call the feds to make sure 6ix9ine gets the protection he needs. Now let's stop there. Why does he need to be protected anymore? All of his gang members that he was in the gang with are all in jail. So who does he need protection from? Now that we know his location now, since he's in witness protection, he's in South Florida. So now they're going to have him move again. Which I believe he was staying in Connecticut before His neighbor saw him, and then he got moved. With this witness protection shit, you gotta stay out of the public eye if you're a known target. But he doesn't seem to realize that yet. But who knows what was going through his mind when he was going. But if he can't hire somebody as a personal trainer because he doesn't have the money, you should know now that he's broke. Anyway, let's keep going. Remember, he was granted early release from federal prison after cooperating with authorities to land several of his gang member cohorts behind bars. It's currently unclear if the gym attack had anything to do with Tekashi's cooperation. That's probably the reason why he got beat up, is because he snitched on his gang member buddies. But for all, what we know, he was extorted from the gang. I forgot the gang's name. I forgot the gang's name. I think it's Treyway. Yeah, Treyway. So they're behind bars. So what does he need federal protection for anymore? Like, just what you should have chose was a Planet Fitness, because there is no judgment there. Sorry. Anyway, but we can only imagine what he's really going through right now. But who knows? That was some small banter for you guys. Let's get into today's show. I have a great show lined up for you guys today. Let's go over the overview for the main topic. So if you've seen the thumbnail, you should already know what I'm speaking about. But if not, the overview for this week's main topic is Tasha K loses appeal to Cardi B. So I have been covering this whole thing for probably about a good maybe 8 months, maybe. I think I started back last summer talking about this. Then when the judgment came out, I believe in October, if not November, I spoke about that. And now we're here because you remember, if any of you guys have been here before, you saw me talk about that topic, you should know that I said that if she goes into appeal, she's going to lose any goddamn way. So, as she did, so we're here again, talking about her again. And the person I'm speaking about is Tasha K still owes Belcalis. What's Cardi B's real name? Belcalis something. I have it in here somewhere. Hold on. Let me see what Belcalis is. Belcalis Almanzar. So Latasha Kibi owes Belcalis Almanzar $4 million. Well, really it's 3.8, but who's counting? But let's round that beautiful number up to 4 million. She owes Cardi B $4 million, and she has yet to pay because of this appeal that she wanted to go through. But since then, since she lost the appeal, she has been on her channel, and what people have been saying, she has apologized since then. So how about we check that apology out and let's see what she says about it.
Now that we got both live, give me 1 second. There's 30 more seconds for this apology. This shit done got real. And I'm gonna tell you how this is such a very bad moment that's going on right now, because like, as a woman, the pain that's about to happen to another woman, we've seen this happen before, and I was a part of something like this, and I just don't know any other way to get this to go a better way. Okay, so I wanna apologize to y'all. Hey YouTube, how you doing? Hey. So I got you live on both. Okay, so we are in Atlanta. We are in Buckhead. We just did a very, 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 very intense interview. Okay, this involves a couple, and someone is about to be hurt really, really bad. Okay, can you hear me now? All right, somebody's about to be hurt really bad after this interview that I just conducted. All right. And so we flew all the way into Atlanta to do this. And I want to apologize first to the woman that's going to be receiving this this very, very detrimental interview. But I also want to apologize to the person that I said was lying about the things that she put out. Okay. And so, do y'all remember? Do you see her?
Hey, y'all.
Who is that?
Do y'all know who this is?
No.
This is Unique. Okay? Unique, I've been very vocal about Unique and Latasha Scott's husband being fake news. Okay? Now, I don't know Rocky at all. I've seen his private parts, but I don't know the man. Okay? I don't know the man. Now, what she just came and unveiled was 5 years worth of information. 5 years. Okay? So, not only am I apologizing to Unique for calling her a liar, saying that it was fake news. I'm apologizing to Latasha because this is another woman that's going to be extremely broken from when she.
Or how about you get to the goddamn apology? Like, what are we doing here? Like, don't nobody care about her. We don't know her. Like, what the hell is wrong with this woman? We don't care about this woman and who she's connected to. We want to hear the apology that you so said that you would never do. That's what we want. That's what we want. That's what we want y'all to do. I mean, want you to do. Just shut up and say you're sorry and how much you're not going to pay Cardi B. That's all that we care about. Let's keep going.
Is this okay? Because at the end of the day, it's like, and the things that, like, oh my god, I can't even wrap my mind around this. Okay, so listen, I just wanted to basically let y'all know that we just spent like an hour and a half with Unique, flew into Atlanta to interview her. She gave me her phone. Yes, this is we just finished this interview 5 minutes ago. Okay, so we started at 12:30, 12:45 a.m.
Yeah, something like that.
In the morning, I'm doing interviews for y'all. Okay, so this is the woman that alleged, it's not alleged anymore, that she was having an affair and was pregnant by Latasha Scott's husband, Rocky Bibbins. So this is not a setup. This is not fake. Candy has nothing to do with this. I'm sure Candy is going to laugh about this. But at the end of the day, I told her she need to stop using them filters. Tonight, we have the Anton Young recording. I'm so sleepy, y'all. Y'all have no idea. The Anton Young recording dropping, okay, .com. So if you want to watch that, it does come out tonight on TashaKLive.com. In case I don't go live, it's because I'm sleepy, okay? But I'm going to try to go live tonight.
Hope y'all know that this video is almost over. She has yet to apologize.
But that interview does drop tonight on TashaKLive.com. And of course, you guys know where you'll be able to find Unique. So she's a one and done. She's not doing no other interviews. She just wanted to come out and confront me. She brought security for my ass. Can you believe? She brought security for me. I was like, I don't have no security. So listen, I'm gonna be on my best behavior. Beat your ass, Tasha. So yeah, like, so just stay tuned. All right. So I'm sorry.
I appreciate it.
All right. I told you got to start hanging with these young girls when they start dropping receipts because they just drop. Okay.
All right, that's enough. Like, clearly, she only cares about what the fuck's going on, other than an apology to Cardi B. But let's get into tonight's article. Before I continue, all videos and all articles are accredited in the description box. Not taking any type of ownership of anybody's videos or anything that I show here tonight, or any articles that I present here tonight. Uh, it's all the companies who, or YouTubers videos who owns them. I'm just showing them because it furthers my point. Plus, I'm just trying to teach y'all something, which is in fair use. But anyway, let's keep going. A federal appeals court this week on Tuesday upheld Cardi B's $4 million defamation verdict against a gossip blogger who made salacious claims on YouTube about drug use, STDs, and prostitution. In a 5-page decision, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 11th Circuit rejected an appeal from Tasha K, who had claimed that the massive verdict against her was the result of a very lopsided presentation of evidence to the jury. The appeals court ruled that Tasha K, real name Latasha Kibi, had failed to properly make the argument to the trial judge, meaning she forfeited the right to do so before an appeals court. Because she probably was getting sidetracked like she was in that video I just showed y'all. But let's keep going. Let's see. I forgot where I was. Defendant Latasha Kibi asks for a new trial, saying that there was insufficient evidence for the jury. I said that already. I'm sorry. Let's see. But as she all but admits, she didn't make either of the required post-verdict motions in the district court. Tasha's attorney had also argued that the judge overseeing the trial withheld key evidence that might have helped her beat Cardi's accusations. But the 11th Circuit rejected the argument too. She never tells us where in the 5,500-page record the district court's alleged errors can be found. The appeals court wrote, because Kibi's brief falls well short of what we require, she has abandoned this argument. Which is funny that she did that, because she had all the smoke on her lives, and after the first trial, you know, she on live all in white talking about, I will fight this to the Supreme Court if I got to, and blah 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 blah, and this is what she got. But it's weird, man. It's weird that she's talking about that, but at the same time, you making claims, and then you go to court, and you're not making those claims anymore. But anyway, let's continue with the article. In a statement to Billboard, Cardi's attorneys Lisa Moore and Andrew I have no idea how to say his last name. I'm gonna try my best. Is it Pekunik? I guess I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, Andrew praised the court's ruling, saying, "We're pleased that the 11th Circuit has affirmed the jury's unanimous and important verdict, which we believe was more than was more than amply supported by the evidence presented in the case. Because basically they played all of her videos of her salaciously going at Cardi B. And I told you guys in each video, I was there watching this shit. I was watching, I was watching, Tasha K sit there talk about Cardi B live on camera. It is weird that she had to stoop that low because she just heard some information from somebody that Cardi B had herpes, or Cardi B used to be a prostitute when she was a stripper, or Cardi B was cheating on her husband and shit like that. Okay, well, all we all do know that Cardi B did admit that she used to drug dudes and take their money and jewelry and stuff. But that doesn't mean that she was a prostitute. And I'm pretty sure it's a lot of strippers who probably do the same thing still. Because when they're at work, if you can call it work, when they're at work, that's all that they want from the men in the first place is their money. They don't give a fuck about them. They just want the money. They want to get the money and they want to go the fuck home. That's it and that's all. But anyway, where was I? All right, let's keep going. So, Tasha's attorney did not return a request for comment. Cardi B, real name Belcalis Almanzar, sued Tasha in 2019 over what the rapper's lawyer called a malicious campaign on social media and YouTube aimed at hurting Cardi's reputation. And I'll have more on that at the end of this video. The star's attorney said they had repeatedly tried and failed to get her to pull her videos down. One Tasha video cited in the lawsuit includes a statement that Cardi had done sex acts with beer bottles on a fucking stripper stage. And she actually said that. I'm here to affirm that statement. She said that. I was like I told y'all, I was there. I was watching this shit because the reason why I brought it up that I was watching because I had said that I had stopped going out to bars and started getting like expensive as fuck. I was spending within a month like $300 some odd dollars at the bar, and that's like that was Fridays and Saturdays out of each week. That within a month I was spending $300 some odd dollars. So I said, well, it's much better if I just sit in the house and chill out and have a cup of something, and just hang out instead of getting up, getting dressed, going to the bar, spending cover charge, spending money at the bar. I just decided to stay home and me trying to find out like what's hot on YouTube or whatever. Because I like watching YouTube videos. So it's like me trying to figure out like what's hot on YouTube. So, I started kind of listening to some gossip bloggers because it's like, it's Friday night. I ain't got nothing to really do. Like, ain't really much to watch. You know what I'm saying? Around that time, I believe Disney Plus had just came out and The Mandalorian was like the hot thing. So I was watching that too. So it was like, I was just trying to find things to do so I wouldn't be bored. And Tasha K's show was one of those shows. I would watch her show first, and then I would switch to watching 85 South. And most of the times I would turn Tasha off because most of the shit sound like lies. Like when I hear somebody say, "Yeah, I got an inside scoop that this, and that happened," and then when you hear it, it sounds like a lie. It's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not about to keep watching her. I'd rather watch. I forgot Shorty's name, but she real cute. She a young girl. She's done interviews with stars and stuff like that. I forgot her name, but I like her better because she gives her honest recaps of things that she's heard and stuff like that. So I'd rather watch her. Sorry, I'm skipping out on your name. I forgot what your name was, but you do a good job. So let's continue. Other videos said the superstar had contracted herpes, had been a prostitute, had cheated on her husband, and had done hard drugs. Following a trial in January, jurors cited uh, the seat. Hold on. Decisively with Cardi B, holding Tasha K liable for defamation, invasion of privacy, go figure, because that's the title to Cardi B's album, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Because one of the things that she said was about Cardi B and Offset's daughter. Before she was born, or I think she was maybe a year old at the time. The girl said that she feels bad for the baby knowing that the mother has herpes. And it's like, how can you say this about somebody that you barely even fucking know? Like, you don't know this woman. And even if people are coming to you saying, "Yeah, I heard Cardi B had herpes. I heard Cardi B was a prostitute. I heard Cardi B used to do cocaine and heroin." Like, who are you hearing this from? If anything, it all sounded like a lie in the beginning. So whatever it took for her to get views is what she tried to do, which landed her in jail, which I would say the court case was a very precedented court case for this reason. Because then it verifies that us as YouTubers can't be up here just saying any goddamn thing we want about anybody, really. And it flies. Cardi B allowed us to see that. That if you talk about her and it's in a messed up way or whatever, she will sue your ass. And you will be owing $4 million on top of that. So, hope everyone has learned their lesson from this, because it's something that everyone should be paying attention to. Anyway, let's continue. Let's see where I'm at, because I forgot my place. Okay, here we go. They awarded more than 2.5 million in damages and another 1.3 million in legal fees incurred by the rapper. Judge William Ray later issued an injunction forcing her to pull the videos down from the internet. Tasha K appealed that verdict last summer, arguing her. Hold on, let's see. Arguing in her opening appellate brief that Judge Ray withheld key details from jurors, and the verdict was the result of a very lopsided trial. But you also have to prove that, Tasha. Okay, you just can't just be making statements. But anyway, uh, she's vowed to keep fighting the case to the Supreme Court if need be, if it takes years to do so. Following Tuesday's decision, a trip to the Supreme Court would be the procedural next step, but it's unclear if Tasha will do so. The High Court hears only a tiny fraction of the cases it is sent to, and Tasha's appeal does not likely present the kind of closed questions that the justices typically want to tackle. The status of the $4 million in damages reward is also unclear. Well, she keeps saying she ain't got it. And to be honest, she keeps saying it. She's like, "Look, I ain't got it." It's like, well, you have to get it from somewhere because you owe. There is no turning back now. Because you could have, what she could have did was this. She could have, what Cardi B did. She could have just allowed Cardi to have all of her assets, right? Which Cardi B did. Cardi B took all of her assets. That's house, cars, or cars maybe. Um, and whatever else in assets that she has, which I believe her business would be separate from that, for the simple fact that, you know, uh, what is it? She probably has an LLC, if not an S corp, maybe, and she probably doesn't even give herself that much money to, to live off from her videos. It's probably all operation costs, and if it ain't much there, then the judge probably would just look at it, boy, fuck it, just pay her the $4 million. Whenever you receive anything, make sure you send it straight to her, and that's that. But she said she ain't paying, so we'll see who pays the note. But anyway, let's see, where am I? Okay, so in September, Cardi's attorneys warned Judge Ray that Tasha might use the delay caused by her appeals to avoid paying. This is more than a hypocritical concern in this case. Cardi's lawyers wrote at the time during the litigation, Kibi bragged publicly that she had taken steps to insulate herself from a judgment. And there have been recent online reports that Kibi has moved from Georgia to avoid enforcement of the judgment, which they say she now lives in Africa. But who knows? Who knows if she even fled the country, if that. But I believe the U.S. has authority to extradite you from wherever you're at to bring your ass back here. So she can leave the U.S. if she wants to. She's just going to end up right back here looking directly at Cardi B again. So you might as well bring your ass back because it's not worth it running from the law. So, let's see. A month later, Judge Ray ruled that Tasha would need to either immediately pay Cardi B or secure a bond covering the entire amount while she appeals. It's unclear if she ever did either. But Cardi B is not Cardi B. Tasha K is asking another celebrity rapper to pay the note for her. And the very person she is telling, well, I'd rather have you guys hear her say it. Here we go.
Nikki was live. I guess she said hi, Nikki, while I was live. And Nikki was like, oh, Tasha, go live with me real quick. So we went live. Somebody that's a rapper that's in your position is talking about saving money. While everybody was out here blowing money during the pandemic, she was working. Like, yeah, that lady is about her fucking bread, and she don't share it, and I don't share mine either. So, no.
Think about Charles.
All right. That's the person that she wants. That's the person that she wants to pay. Well, she said it in a joking way, but we all know that she means it. She wants Nicki Minaj to pay the note. Here's why. Because if you guys don't know the backstory of all of this, I'll tell you. So I believe it was in 2019 when Cardi B was getting hot, which Cardi B was getting hot what like years prior before that, with Bodak Yellow and all that other shit that she was doing. So Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, they were feuding at the time. They had beef, regular hip hop beef. You know what I'm saying? So uh Tasha K took the side of Nicki Minaj. Because we all know that Nicki Minaj is the better rapper out of the two. I would say out of the rest of all of the hip hop girls now. You know what I'm saying? She might have a little competition. I would say with maybe uh Megan Thee Stallion, and I would say possibly Doja Cat. Doja Cat writes her own rhymes, so she I won't say that they're of her caliber, but if it was a knockout drag out type of like back and forth beef, then I won't say that Nicki Minaj will breeze through it, but I will say that she'll have to put in a little bit of work, not a lot of work, but she'll have to put in a little bit of work. But Nicki Minaj will come out prevail in any damn way, so whatever. I'm trying to find within this video where she said that she wants Nicki Minaj to pay the note. Here we go. I think I see it. So let's. I think it's right here.
I have to run the motherfuckers back. Nikki, listen. If I took this L for you, you need to pay this bullshit for real. Cause I ain't motherfucking got it.
So, the reason why I play that is this.
Now, Tasha K, no disrespect to you, but you and Nicki
And
Minaj are not in the
oh,
same
turn
tax
this off.
bracket.
Okay, I thought I turned that off. Sorry. So during the feud between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, Tasha K went on her show saying that I got Nicki Minaj's back on this, but and all that other fun jazz and shit like that. This is what she said. This is exactly what she said. So with that being said, she basically started going at Cardi B for Nicki. Okay, so this is a different climate than what 10 years ago when, or more than that, like at least like 13, maybe 14 years ago, when Nicki Minaj was like the hot female rapper on the scene. Back then, nobody was using social media like that. Like they, the artists had it, but it was basically for business purposes. It isn't used for all the purposes that they're using them now for basically just going live and posting stuff like that, talking to their fans and stuff like that. They basically use it just to promote either their music or shows that they had coming up and stuff like that. So in Nicki Minaj's era, that's what social media was used for: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the time, which everyone had the big three. So, all right, so Cardi B hears about what's going on, right? This is way after Nicki Minaj and Tasha K had their little powwow on Instagram Live, where Tasha K was, I guess, trying to be helpful to Nicki, like basically telling her a whole bunch of stuff or whatever, but she doesn't know in rap beef, you have to confirm all of the things said about somebody. So when you do go and write a diss track about somebody, everyone can be like, "Oh shit, I ain't know that was going on." Blah 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 blah. As you see, I don't even believe Nick. I don't believe Nicki Minaj ever did a diss track to Cardi B. I don't believe so. I'm gonna have to go back in the vault and see if there's any Cardi B disses by Nicki Minaj, because I do know she's beefing with Megan Thee Stallion right now. She has a diss track out right now, but that's all that I know. But what was I getting at? Oh, okay, here we go. So Tasha K takes Nicki Minaj's side. She starts defending Nicki Minaj by making fun of and making up lies about Cardi B. So this was all in 2019. So while this was going on, Cardi B started getting word of this. So that's where the song "Press" comes from Cardi B. She was talking to Tasha K. Um, so you know, Tasha K then feels so implied that she should keep going because she's starting. Cardi B. These motherfuckers need real names. Cardi B. Uh, she gets more word that she's still talking about her. So then in 2019, she hits her with the lawsuit. So Tasha then starts bragging like, "Who you about to sue, bitch? You ain't about to sue me, blah blah blah. This ain't going to court, blah 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 blah. Defamation my ass, all this other bullshit." So 2 years later, they go to court, and to me, it had already looked bad. This is why it looked bad, for the simple fact that I knew Tasha didn't have a fighting chance. I knew Tasha didn't have a fighting chance for this reason. Because the subject matter that she had, that she was speaking about, I knew it didn't hold any water. I knew that if it was brought up in court, they're lies. You can't lie on anybody. Like, it's defamation, as it says in the court documents. It's defamation. It was defaming Cardi B's character as if she was a villain. Okay, although yes, she did. Videos did come out, or audio did come out of Cardi B saying, "Yeah, I go to dudes' I be going to guys' hotel rooms or houses, and I drug them, and then I steal their money." But this is the thing. Although Cardi B did say that, in court, it's all hearsay if no one comes forward and says, "Yes, I'm a victim of Cardi B. She did, back in whatever year, she did drug me and she did take my money." Like, no man came forward and said, "Oh yeah, I remember, taking her back to my hotel room or apartment or house, and then I remember waking up and money was missing out of my wallet." It never happened. So with that being said, I don't feel bad for Tasha K at all. She put this on herself. She put this on herself, and this is her payback from what, three years of her defaming somebody's character. So this is why I said what I said earlier when it comes to YouTubers just saying any damn thing that they want about somebody. This allows YouTubers to know when you come online, when you stream or post up your videos, if you have any inkling in your video of a lie that will defame someone's character, you will be sued if they take legal action like Cardi B did. So you're best off just, if you are critiquing somebody, just keeping it at that. Don't lie. Just say what you got from, where you got your information from, and keep it at that. That's all you gotta do. It ain't hard. But anyway, that was the main topics. That was the main topic of the day. Hope you guys enjoyed that. We will be getting into some random topics right now. Only have too few guys today. One of them, when I get to the overview, is a little shocking because I didn't really know what I found out about this guy. Um, I didn't know this about this guy. So let's get into it. So tonight's overview for the random topics are Adam 22 allegations explored and what's the story behind Trump allegedly getting indicted. So we'll be tackling those topics tonight. So let's get into the first topic. So, I have this title, or the article writer has a title. I don't have the full title; I just have the one that pops up to me. So, grown men don't pursue 16-year-olds, and you're like, Marks, what the hell are you talking about? So, Adam 22, he's been going through his little spat of what's going on at his studio with his ex co-host T Rail and AD from No Jumper. Um, Along with co-host Lush that he just fired around the same time of them leaving. Um, so what has been coming out about this guy Adam 22 is very disturbing, and this is the reason why. He said that when he was 21, when he was 21, he spoke to a 16-year-old girl for 5 minutes. Now, that's a little strange that a grown ass man is pursuing a 16-year-old girl, and it's like you don't understand that you can go to jail for that, sir. But I don't know. I guess he didn't give a fuck. So let's get into today's topic. So, No Jumper and its host Adam 22 are garnering immense traction online in the wake of AD, T-Rail, and Lush's separation from the podcast. AD and T-Rail recently announced that they were leaving the show. Lush was unexpectedly fired on air, which left fans shocked. Meanwhile, Adam 22's racist and inappropriate past has come to light. T-Rail and hold on, T-Rail. Okay, T-Rail and AD. I lost my place that dead fast. T-Rail and AD confirmed that DJ Academics, uh, on a No Jumper Discord. I'm sorry. Adam 22. Okay, T-Rail and AD confirmed with DJ Academics that they had left the podcast. Adam 22 claimed on the podcast that Lush was on. Hold on, Lush was fired live after the latter allegedly leaked a private conversation the two had on No Jumper Discord. Lush had denied the accusations. Fans have been curious as to why the hosts were suddenly separating from No Jumper. But you still got Flacco there, and what's the girl's name? Something viral or whatever she calls herself. And Sharp is still there, the ex pimp. Anyway, um, fans have been curious as to why the hosts were suddenly separating from No Jumper. Since then, Adam 22's racist and predatorial past has come to light. It is important to note that either AD, Lush, nor T-Rail has commented that Adam 22's past was why they left or got fired from the podcast. So in this next section, it is titled, What Did Adam 22 Do? So, Recently, a clip of a guest accusing Adam 22 of predatory behavior went viral across social media. The video has amassed over 10 million views on Twitter alone. The podcast host has since deleted the interaction from his official platforms. However, followers screen recorded the same and uploaded it online. Adam 22 was accused of being a pedophile after talking to a 16-year-old girl when he was just 21 years old. The No Jumper host attempted to defend himself by stating that he only spoke to her for 5 minutes before deleting the conversation. And here's the interaction right here. So you drop that and let's play it.
You feel me? You want me to talk? If you want me to tell him, you about to tell him. You want me to tell him? So look, bro. So pretty much. So look, bro. I can't look. I'm a perv buster. I catch online pedophiles. What happened with you?
There is no situation with me.
The one where you was messing with the 16-year-old girl?
It never happened. What do you think happened? The article says
I'm going
I was 19 when I met her.
She was 19 when you met her?
Yeah. The article says it.
So, but what did you say?
I said that I spoke to her on the phone when she was 16 before I realized that she was.
All right, well,
that's how we catch a lot
that's how we catch him.
Canadian. She didn't even know that she was doing something fucked up.
It don't even matter.
Does that sound as if it's compelling? That's a compelling argument? Yeah, once I found out she was 16. Yeah, I was 19 at the time, but still, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I didn't really see a problem with it that I was 19 and I didn't know what her age was, but until she told me that she was 16, I was like, nah, I can't do that because I won't be fucking on 16-year-olds. But if they 17, it's like, nigga, what? What are you talking about? Like, it makes no sense what you're talking about right now, sir. Like, you obviously had probably a conversation that was inappropriate at that. You had an inappropriate conversation with a 16-year-old girl. And then once she says, hey, I'm 16, you're like, oh, shit. Like, oh, I got to delete this conversation. Depending on what phone you have, the conversation is still saved. So, you know, it all depends on how you feel about shit like this. Me, myself, personally, rapists and murderers have to die. And pedophiles, too. Rapists, pedophiles, and murderers have to die in my eyes. I'm sorry. Immediately. So, let's continue.
But that's how we catch
cool
him.
You felt like you were gonna come on my platform and expose me though. Like, why?
No, it was just in the midst of the conversation. It was in the midst of he didn't. Hey, it's not on him on nothing. It was in the midst of the conversation.
But you came on my platform and spread lies like that.
Lies?
Lies.
Is it lies?
I mean, you could have done some research and figured out any.
Did you talk to her when you were 16?
For like 5 minutes when I was 21. I'm 39.
You wasn't 23.
Did you hear the switch in ages? He first said he was 19, then he says he was 21. So what age is it, Adam? Was you 19 or was you 21? Because either way, even if you was 18, nigga, here in the United States, once you're the age of 18 and older, you are now considered an adult. So if you was 17 talking to her, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. If you was 16 as well, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. If you was 15, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. If you was 14, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. Probably would have shook your hand because you're dating an older woman now. But the girl was 16 and you can't remember your age, so let's just take it to a nice, comfortable age in the middle. You was you was in your 20s when you was trying to talk to this girl. So since you was trying to talk to this girl, and then she finally blurts out what her age was, you didn't go, oh, I can't do what I was saying to her. Oh, I might go to jail talking to her. Why do you think of that shit before you even got there? Matter of fact, who doesn't look at somebody's profile? Let's just say he was friends. We're going into hypotheticals now. Let's say that he, was following her on social media. Let's just say Instagram, right? Well, wait a minute. He said he's 39, and he was. Let's just say he was 21. So that's what, 18 years. My dude, what are you talking about right now? So 18 years ago, I don't even know when this happened. Let's just say it happened. He said he's 39 now. He was 21 in 18 years ago, which was, let's see, 18 from 2003 is what? I'm gonna say 2007. 2023 minus 18, or I'm sorry, 18. 2005, so I was close. So in 2005, he was 21 talking to a 16-year-old, which means, well, I was 16 in 2005. So I was in high school in 2005. I was in the 11th grade. So that makes the girl out to be my age. So I'm 34 now. So the girl is around 34, 35 right now. So you was talking to a high school age girl. She's 34 now. 34, 35. And you don't see a problem with what you were saying to this girl. You just, oh, well, blah, 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 this and that, blah, blah, blah. Of which, and I'll get to it after this video's done. I got a minute left. But you don't see a problem with what you was doing? Like, why didn't you, what was popping back then? MySpace? So you couldn't go to her MySpace and see how old she was? You could see people's birthdays on MySpace. It was right there in the was it About Me section underneath of your picture. It was right there. You could put your birthday, which I believe it showed your age at the same time. Show what city and state you lived in, and what else did it show? Your marital status. I forgot what else it showed, but it showed like 6 different things, right? It showed country, age, or birthday, I believe, city, city. What else? Marital status, I believe. It's been so long since I had it's been so long since MySpace been out. I can't remember. I'm gonna have to do a deep dive on the Wayback Machine. But yeah, man, this shit is disgusting. Let's see what else he has to say.
I might have been 21, 22.
How you don't know? How you don't know if you was 21?
It was 20 years ago.
It still happened though, but we can't take that jacket off. We can't take that jacket off for nobody.
Right? You gotta go.
Hey man, Let's go. Look, yeah. Yeah. Season 6, nigga. All right, Flacco. You can shake my hand? Yeah. Yeah. You said what? We parked in the front. We gotta go through the back door now? How about you? Yeah, I did.
All right. So this is what's going down. So he's being outed for his troublesome past. So let's get back into the article. So this is not the first time the rapper has been accused of misconduct. In an exclusive interview with Pitchfork, two women came forward and accused Adam of R-wording them. Oh wow! So you're an R-worder too. Wow. Speaking about one of the women, Adam said that she came forward to accuse him of sexual assault only after his deal with Atlantic Records for a No Jumper record label. Hold on, I'll read that over. So she only came forward because of his deal with Atlantic Records for a No Jumper Records label was in the works. Adam said, this is his exact quote. This shit was bullshit. Like a girl that I dated like 12 years ago who we had a delightful relationship, to be real, until she cheated on me with this guy in a band. That was kind of upsetting. This is also what he had to say. But then later on, for some reason, after I did a little label deal with Atlantic, they fucking got in touch with this girl, and for the first time in 12 years, I heard that she thought that something improper had happened in our relationship. It just didn't. The podcast host had also tweeted some upsetting stuff about women, according to All Hip Hop. Some of his older problematic tweets said, "My advice to any young girl out there, sleep with much, much older men." He also says, "Getting R-worded is just a part of growing up." What the fuck is wrong with this dude?
Holy shit.
What the hell is wrong with this dude? I guess it gets worse. Adam had also been accused of being racist.
Oh shit.
According to the aforementioned publication, he once tweeted, "Hanging out with my niggas. This dude, man. Matter of fact,
fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks, don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Man, this dude. So, continuing on, most recently, Adam invited right-winger and white supremacist Richard Spencer to his show, leaving AD uncomfortable. After AD expressed the same, Adam demoted him and asked him to leave the Tuesday show. Adam also fired Latino podcast host Lush on air, as mentioned before. The host in question had not addressed AD and T-Rail's departure from the show at the time of this article. But I do have an interaction between him and between Adam 22 and Joe Budden. It's just an audio clip, so I'll just play the audio clip. Here we go.
Just two different places. Can you speak to me about that? Can you speak to me about the pivot that you want to make with your content? You said you want to be more political now?
No, not like specifically. It's just that in terms of the Tuesday show specifically, I didn't feel like we had the best connection going at a certain point. And AD will tell you that when I had that conversation with him about replacing him on the Tuesday show, the first thing I said was, I think that this will be better for our friendship and our business relationship in the long run.
Adam, now that it's been a few months, do you have a better understanding on the point that myself and my co-hosts were trying to make to you when you were on our podcast? One of those points being about how white privilege allows for white people to come inside of hip-hop culture, use it and milk it for every single penny they can, and at the drop of a dime, change direction and act like they want nothing to do with any of that nigger bullshit.
Okay, but Joe, this is a fake narrative because I interviewed 4 rappers yesterday. I interviewed like 12 rappers last week, YouTubers and porn stars and commentators on whatever. I mean, that's just, I've always been dipping and dabbling in all kinds of different subcultures.
Yes, different subcultures like YouTubers, SoundClouders, porn, right? But how could you expect, I guess what I'm asking, how could you expect to not have any problems at your network, which is hip hop based for the most part, would you say? Or at least the people you surrounded yourself with are hip hop based. And then you start bringing in Richard Spencer. Can you talk to me about the decision to bring Richard Spencer on your show, on your Tuesday show, with no black people present?
It wasn't on the Tuesday show, but it was, I arranged a debate between Destiny, who's like a very popular left-wing commentator, and Richard Spencer. And, I really didn't think, like, in terms of the other hosts, I didn't think this would be an issue, primarily because of the fact that, AD had been the one who wanted to have us interview Nick Fuentes, or we did like a debate, I guess, quote unquote, at a certain point a couple months ago. But I guess he felt different about the Richard Spencer thing or whatever. And the other criticism I saw from Van Lathan was just that the debate was a little bit too much of a debate, that we didn't really take time to dig into the creation of the alt-right and racist statements that Richard Spencer's made in the past and everything, because his narrative that he's pushing now is that he's a changed man and he doesn't, harbor ill will towards whoever. And in the context of a debate, I didn't think it would be that controversial for us to platform it.
So, Adam, I admire the business that you've built, and I don't think any idiot could do it. Would you say that you've handled it? One of the criticisms were that you handled Richard Spencer with kid gloves.
I definitely think the thing I should have done is I should have pulled back at a certain point, and I should have tried to really.
All right.
No, fuck that bitch.
So that was him basically explaining his case of why he had Richard Spencer on, why he's trying to pivot certain parts of his podcast so, I guess it can have a political leaning to it, I guess. I don't know. But he's doing a bad job of it. Like, he's doing a very bad job of it. I would say this. He is successful at being a culture vulture as well as DJ Vlad, but, you can only take that with a grain of salt for the simple fact that who knows how long this guy will be around. So let's hope soon, because he's very bothersome if he is doing some of this shit that is being that he's being accused of. So, this time will tell. But that was that topic. Let's get into our next and final topic of the night, which is grand jury reconvenes in Trump case as New York braces for protests. So if you guys have been hiding underneath of a rock, you should know that former President Donald Trump went on his Truth Social app that he owns, Truth Social, which is a derivative of Twitter, said that he was going to be arrested next Tuesday. Now, if I bring up the tweet, not the tweet, the truth. Let's see, Donald Trump's truth. See if they have images of what he said. Let's see. Can't find it. Let me see if they have it here. Okay, that's not it. Okay, here it goes. So that, okay, so let me find it up here. Okay, so we put it on the screen. And let me enlarge. So it says at the bottom, that's the only part that really counts because all this other stuff is bullshit. But let's see. Oh, I guess it's all okay. So now illegal leaks from a corrupt and highly political Manhattan District Attorney's Office, which has allowed new records to be set in violent crime and worse, and whose leader, is funded by George Soros, indicate that with no crime being able to be proven and based on an old and fully debunked by numerous other prosecutors fairy tale, the far and away leading Republican candidate and former president of the United States of America will be arrested on Tuesday of next week. Protests take our nation back. So that was his truth post that he posted about being arrested. So people thought it was was the Tuesday that just passed. As you can see, he said Tuesday of next week. He wrote this, I believe it was Saturday of last week. So if you look at it like that, like next week Tuesday is the following week coming, then okay. And I will get to that part a little later. So this let me see, let's play this video and then I will be right back with the rest. Well, you guys didn't even see the post, so here we go. This is the post. So basically he said that he will be arrested next Tuesday or on Tuesday of next week. Protests take our nation back. So basically he's stating here that the district attorney in charge, his name was Alex Bragg or something like that, was going to subpoena him into court to basically see if during his presidential campaign, if he was doing some nefarious shit, basically. So, Trump says it's untrue, it never happened, but time will tell, and we need to see. So, in this video, it basically outlines some of the things that's going on, some of the things that took place, how he didn't get indicted Tuesday, how they kind of suspended all of that on Wednesday of this week, which he was expecting, Trump I'm talking about, Trump was expecting to be arrested on Wednesday of this week instead of Tuesday. But some people that I know that does YouTube says something different, but I will get to that later. So let's get into this video, and then we'll presume with the article.
Another day has come and gone with no word on a possible indictment for former President Trump. The grand jury was unexpectedly called off today. CBS 2's Jessica Moore has been following the new development. She joins us live from outside the courthouse in Lower Manhattan. Jessica.
Well, Dick, no word yet why the grand jury was told to stay home today, but we do know they are on standby for tomorrow. Meanwhile, Trump is down in Florida bracing for an arrest any day, and he is telling his inner circle he welcomes the idea of being paraded in front of reporters. Sources tell CBS News the grand jury's work is nearly done. Over the past few days, Trump has been engaged in an extensive public relations campaign, using his potentially looming arrest to fundraise and drum up support.
It gives him a chance to really play the victim, which is his favorite thing to do politically.
Trump faces an indictment on charges of bookkeeping fraud. Former Trump fixer Michael Cohen testified that Trump ordered him to pay off porn star Stormy Daniels during the 2016 election and then reimbursed Cohen, booking the payments as legal expenses to cover the whole thing up. Trump called on supporters to protest, but for 2 days in a row now, only small groups of people have shown up in his defense downtown and at Trump Tower.
Anytime there's a rally, I'm there.
The Department of Justice, the fact that it's been so strong in its pursuit of January 6 protesters has had a residual effect.
Meanwhile, as many or more supporters of an indictment have rallied outside DA Alvin Bragg's office in solidarity. As intelligence sources warn of an uptick in violent online rhetoric from domestic extremists, the NYPD is taking every precaution to keep the city safe. Heavy fencing surrounds the courthouse, DA's office, and Trump Tower. The NYPD set up cameras called Eyes in the Sky around downtown Manhattan, and SWAT teams are placed at strategic locations around the city. The grand jury is expected to reconvene tomorrow, and tonight we're hearing one more witness may be called to testify. Live in Lower Manhattan, Jessica Moore, CBS 2 News.
All right, Jessica, thanks for much. And stay with CBS 2 and streaming on our streaming channel, CBS News New York, for continuing coverage on.
All right. So, with that, a lot of people started making some deep fake videos where, to me, they were very hilarious. So, here are some of them. If you can see them, enlarge this as well. So, this is a deep fake. 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 And this is a deep fake. Deep fake, deep fake, all of them deep fakes. Well, except for this one right here. The one that's second from the left. That's not a deep fake. But it's all these hilarious ass deep fake pictures that people started making, yo. Like all of these are deep fakes. Him running away and shit. Like, the AI technology these days are fucking crazy. Anyway, let's continue. So, let's get into the article. So, facing the possibility of criminal charges, Donald Trump waited it out in Florida early this week on Tuesday as New York braced for disruption that could follow an indictment. Republican contenders in the 2024 race sized up the impact of prosecution could have on a campaign in which the former president is a leading contender. Trump over the weekend claimed without evidence that he would be arrested on Tuesday, but there was no indication that uh, per, hold on. There was no indication that prediction would come true. A Manhattan grand jury did appear to take an important step forward on Monday by hearing from a witness favorable to the favorable to Trump, presumptively, so prosecutors could ensure the panel had a chance to consider any testimony supporting his version of evidence. The next steps were unclear and it was uncertain if additional witnesses might be summoned. Now, if he is arrested, let's not forget that some of the things that he has been accused of, some other people have done that's in the political sphere, such as Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton. But let's see. One of Biden's family members, I believe it was, I want to say his niece, if not his sister, received money, get this, from a Chinese-based company. Oh, it gets better. It gets better. So they rather carry this on the news instead of putting that out as news that someone in his family got a payment of a disclosed amount of money from a Chinese-based company. That's crazy. Also, when Trump ran for election, I'm sorry, when they don't want Trump to run for re-election because they know that he will win. He has a strong base. Like from what you saw at Juneteenth, he has a strong support system as far as his constituents. So it's like if he goes to jail, who wants to see another January 6th? I know I don't. Because, the argument is if black people would have done that during the summer of 2020, a lot of those people would have been killed. Well, let's just put that out there. But, let's see. Let's talk about Biden censoring people from looking up Hunter Biden's laptop story. Y'all remember that when that was hot underground news that they weren't putting out in the news, the mainstream news at that? Let's talk about how Mark Zuckerberg on Joe Rogan's podcast said, and I played it here, that the FBI called him and said, there's a story that's going to come out from the New York Post. I want you, or the New York Times, one of the two. I need for you guys over there at Twitter, not Twitter, at Facebook, to censor that story. So what did Mark Zuckerberg do? He did exactly that. He censored the story. Just as well as everyone over at Twitter, who was at Twitter, censored the Hunter Biden story and probably a lot others, other than Locals or Gab or what's some other Truth Social stuff like that. I don't think Truth Social was a thing yet. Yeah, I don't think it was a thing yet. But anyway, but also let's not stop there. Let's all remember how Hunter Biden had a seat as a chairman at the company in Ukraine called Burisma. And he was being paid $50,000 a month. Looks like our current president is just as bad as the former president. Let's not forget how not only did Trump have secret documents that he declassified at his house, Biden had them as well. But guess what? There's a loophole with this. Trump could do it. You know why? Because he was president. Do you know who wasn't president with the items that he had that was classified documents? Joe Biden. So they swept that underneath the rug once all that was talked about. Oh, they didn't want to talk about that shit. That shit was hurtful. That shit stung. Like, nah, we ain't gonna talk about that because for some fact that he didn't do anything wrong, and since he ain't do nothing wrong, we ain't gonna talk about. Oh, really? Let's all remember, people. Let's all remember. Y'all remember when Hillary Clinton was running for president, the same time that that Trump was running for president? Y'all remember what Trump said to Hillary Clinton during the debates that he would throw her in jail because of all of the fuck shit that they be doing on Capitol Hill? Also, let's bring this up. Y'all remember during the 2016 the 2016 run of Trump getting into office and all that? Y'all remember when Hillary Clinton's emails started to leak? No one remembers that? Well, some key evidence in her emails that never got brought to light. So, if all of the Democrats that hate Trump are doing something that is the same as Trump, if not worse, why is Trump getting all the flack for this? It makes no sense. Also, we can also look at the current situation that this country's going through because of the current president. Gotta remember, when Trump was in office, he did all that he could, and guess what happened in 2019? The best year in the economy. But now we're having the worst years in the economy. Damn, you see how that works? You see how that works? That's crazy. Anyway, I digress from that. But I will say this. I believe Trump when he said he will be arrested. When he said next Tuesday, well, Tuesday of next week, I believe that. I don't believe it was the 21st of this month. It's going to be the 28th of this month. I believe my friend Jay Pylon that comes in the chat and talks. Jay Pylon even came up here once and spoke. But I will say this: I believe Jay with what he says about Trump being indicted on the 28th of this month. Now, there's some things that Jay did to get that number and why it's significant to Trump and all of this. It's a reason why he did it the way that he did. And that's the reason why I believe Jay when he said it's the 28th, not the 21st of this month. It's going to be Tuesday of the 28th. Now, I'm not saying y'all should take my word for it. I'm not saying that y'all should believe what Jay's saying, but I will say, from what I know of Jay, Jay's only been wrong once. So y'all should take that in consideration. Anyway, that's his theories. I believe his theory when it comes to that. And Jay, if you're watching, we'll see on Tuesday what happens. All right. So let's get into the article. It's not a long article. So basically, the article. Well, this next part of the article is Trump warns of potential death and destruction if he's charged. Now, a lot of people. This came out yesterday too. A lot of people didn't take that too kindly that he said that. You ain't gotta believe me. I'll show you my goddamn self.
Embattled Donald Trump is coming under fire for the location and timing of Saturday's campaign rally. It's in Waco, Texas, on the 30th anniversary of the deadly Branch Davidian siege.
Very ugly situation, almost a warlike zone going on there.
The standoff, which lasted for 2 months back in 1993 between the followers of cult leader David Koresh and the FBI, left 86 dead. The tragedy is celebrated today by right-wing militants as a heroic battle against government forces. While the world awaits a decision from the grand jury here in Manhattan, the Trump campaign says the timing of the Waco rally is purely coincidental, but his critics are not convinced. Trump is stoking the fires of Waco, is the headline in the Houston Chronicle. The editorial blasts Trump for sending a dog whistle to extremists. The rally is taking place at Waco's regional airport, with 15,000 MAGA faithful expected to attend. And Trump's niece, Mary Trump, is attempting to sabotage it, urging people to register for tickets and not show up. "We can stop him," she tweeted. "We can make sure most of the seats are empty when the traitor takes the stage." Meanwhile, Trump is warning of death and destruction if he's indicted in the Stormy Daniels hush money case.
He's slamming the Manhattan district attorney as, in his words, I'm quoting here, a degenerate psychopath.
He posted a link to an article which shows a picture of him wielding a baseball bat next to a photo of the Manhattan DA, Alvin Bragg.
Incredibly irresponsible.
The image blasted on Fox News.
Violence is never appropriate, and leaders need to be the ones sending the signal that you can peacefully protest, take to the streets, but don't even hint at violence.
That was a bunch of bullshit. They take two pictures, one of Trump holding a bat, and then that incites violence or whatever. Anyway, let's get into this article. So it says, former President Donald Trump escalated his rhetoric against the Manhattan District Attorney's probe into a hush money payment made during his 2016 campaign, warning in an overnight post on his Truth Social site about potential death and destruction if he is charged in the case. So if you guys don't know what the fuck's going on, they said it in the video that it's all about this whole Stormy Daniels thing. So if you guys don't know, I watched this Vice interview of what's her name again? Stormy Daniels. I was about to call her Horseface like Don did. But anyway, so Stormy Daniels said that she was at some party or something, and Trump came to her and said, "Look, you're more than just a pair of boobs and a nice face. What I would like for you to do is to come on to the Celebrity Apprentice and show people how smart you are." But then she says this. She says, "But there's, I'd like for you to do this for me. I want you to come back to my hotel room and we can talk about it." So that's where shit gets eerie, because this is hearsay at this point. We don't know if that was really said. Because in the court case, it shows that Stormy lost and had to pay Trump after the fact. Well, you can't win all of them. But I will say this. If it's true, then okay. But he's already been through this case. So wouldn't this be double jeopardy at this point? Which you cannot do. Same thing that happened, sort of, not really, to Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby had a deposition. He said what he said in the deposition. Then years later, it got brought back onto him, and he got put in jail for it. So, you know, who knows what's really going on with this? Who knows if Stormy is telling the truth that they both slept together? Who knows? Only them two know, and God knows. But shit happens. Anyway, let's continue. So where was I? Okay, so last weekend Trump said leaks indicated he would be arrested in the investigation and called on his supporters to protest, take our nation back. Since then, he has used social media to attack Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, calling for his removal from the post and claiming without evidence that the probe is politically motivated. What kind of person can charge another person, in this case a former president of the United States who got more votes than any sitting president in history? I don't know why I'm reading this. And leading candidate by far for the Republican Party nomination with a crime, blah 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 blah, and blah 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 blah. This makes no fucking sense why he's doing this. But anyway, he also says that with a crime, when it is known by that no crime has been committed, and also known that potential death and destruction in such a false charge could be catastrophic for our country, Trump wrote. Why would do such a thing? Only a degenerate psychopath that truly hates the U.S. Former Trump attorney Michael Cohen has came out as a witness against his ex-boss in the DA's investigation. Cohen claims that Trump directed him to pay adult film star Stormy Daniels $130,000 to buy her silence over an alleged affair with Trump, of which she had to pay, I forgot how much she had to pay back, but she had to pay him back. Alleged affair with Trump, which the former president has reportedly denied that they ever had anything going on. Bragg is investigating whether Trump falsified business records and reporting $130,000 in payments, reimbursing Cohen as a legal expense. That would be interesting if he found that. Or he could have just used his own money. You know, they're not putting that in perspective. So Republican lawmakers have rallied around the former president since he predicted he would be arrested, using their House majority to call on Bragg to testify before Congress. Several declined to engage in Trump's death and destruction posts on Friday. In a Thursday post, Trump pushed back on suggestions that people remain calm. Our country is being destroyed as they tell us to be peaceful, he wrote. Trump's call to action has so far received a subdued reception from supporters, with small crowds showing up to protest the DA's action. On Friday, the FBI and NYPD were investigating a death threat sent to Bragg that was accompanied by a small amount of white powder. Law enforcement sources told NBC News. Trump faces a separate inquiry by the Justice Department's special counsel into his actions relating to January 6, 2021. Attack on the U.S. Capitol by his supporters. Ahead of the violence and rioting, Trump had used rhetoric to fire up his base, writing in a social media post, "Be there, will be wild." The U.S. Capitol Police are taking security precautions to prepare for protests stemming from a potential Trump indictment. So basically, what's going on is that New York and Washington, D.C. are ramping up. They're getting their officers ready just in case any of what happened on January 6th happens again if he is indicted. So this week, everything was suspended, but as always, next week. As I said, look out for the 28th to see if anything happens. And if anything happens, if we find out that, yeah, he was arrested and he was taken in, then, we'll have to see what the MAGA crowd does. And that's all, and that's my word, and I'm sticking to it. But everybody, that is the end of the show. But let's go over a few, let's do a quick summary of everything. So I would say Tekashi 6ix9ine, stay your ass the fuck away from LA Fitness. Go to Planet Fitness, where you can't be judged. Anyway, Tasha K, pay that goddamn girl her money like she deserves, because hey, you had your fun for those 3 years making money. Why don't you give back? How about that? Or if anything, if I was you, Tasha, I would have went into business with Cardi B to see if she would be game to have you talk shit about her. Boosts album sales and all kinds of shit, but you wasn't thinking that hard. Anyway, then Adam 22, your ass needs to be arrested for the fuck shit that you did, if you did it, because you did claim that you did it. And AD, Lush, and T-Rail, I see y'all doing y'all thing, so hey, keep at it, man. Also, with this whole Trump indictment thing, we'll just have to look out and see what happens, because nothing's set in stone. We don't know what the fuck happened. We don't even know if he fucked Stormy Daniels. Although it would have been fun for him to do so, but whatever. She accepted the money. She shut the fuck up. Now she wants to speak again. It's the oldest trick in the book. It happens so many times. But anyway, people, I don't want to hold y'all any much longer. And let's get on out of here. So, have some promotions, so how about we do that? So, people, once again, I will reiterate, every Friday and Saturday at 6:30 p.m., I do a show each of those days. On Friday, I do Mark Speaks Play. On Saturdays, I do Mark Speaks Live, which you are watching right now, my podcast. So come on and check me out. Don't forget to do so. Hit that like button when you get in here. Share this to your social media if you could, and I will gladly appreciate you. All right. Also, please go and subscribe to not only my YouTube channel, Mark Speaks, but go over to my Rumble channel and subscribe there too. If I get 26 subscribers, 25, something like that, subscribers, I'll be able to live stream. So if you guys want to get spicy here, come up and talk to me, hey, we can shut it down here, go straight to Rumble, and everything will be everything. If you ever want to step up here and come talk to me, you can. Just hit that link that's in the live chat. There's 3 rules to follow. You must be on camera at all times. Secondly, if you don't want to be on camera to the public, that's fine, but you still have to be on camera to me. There will always be a question back here in the backstage in the private chat. Let me know if you would like to or not like to be on camera with your name and your answer, and I will accommodate you. Also, rule number 3, please silence all background noise, okay? With that being said, I just have one more thing to ask of you. Please like this video, subscribe if you are new here, hit that bell icon to all, and share this to your social medias. Let people know what I'm doing over here. And that's that. With that being said, I only have one more thing to say, and that is, please focus on getting that money, because we all know money is the world. Also, drink more water for health purposes. Mind your own business for mental health purposes. And above all, make sure you do your own research. It helps you out in the long run. I have been your host, Marcus. This has been Marcus Speaks. And I thank you all for watching.